Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the channel. It is Thursday, December 7th, 2023. This video is not clickbait. It is probably one of the most important videos I've ever made. And a lot of you that are sellers need to take action right away to prevent yourself from being involved in a lawsuit for selling certain products, two of them. So I am very afraid of using these two products in the name of this title or the description or thumbnail or even saying their names because of possible retaliation or retribution. So I'm going to tell you the two products right now, and you need to work out what they are through how I'm going to describe them. Product number one is a very popular cell phone accessory for cell phone cases. I do not own one. It is similar to this thing right here. It is a product that goes on the back of a cell phone and allows you to hold it like this and set it up. It has a very unique two-word name. Right there, you guys can figure out what the name of that product is, and a lot of you have that product. You cannot sell that product, and I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. It's two words, starts with a P and an S. The second product is a very, very popular emoji. Emoji is fine to use. Everybody uses the word emoji, right? If you have to go to the bathroom and use a number two, sorry guys, that's the best way to describe it. If you have to go to the bathroom for number two, that word, you are going to take a and then the word emoji, two words, blank emoji. You cannot sell any product with that name on it. T-shirts, cell phone cases, anything. Don't do it. And here's how I know, and here's why you will end up in a lawsuit if you do. A very good friend of mine, I'm not going to use her name right now, from California, was sued. Actually sued, okay? She is part of a lawsuit. She is named as a defendant from a Chicago law firm by the emoji company. She was selling a t-shirt with that on it. And they purchased that t-shirt from her and they had it shipped to Chicago. They used a PayPal account to pay her, even though as eBay sellers, we don't get paid into PayPal anymore. We get paid into eBay directly. They contacted eBay. They notified eBay that she did not have the right to use their trademark or their logo. They froze her eBay account and the money that was in her eBay account. They also froze her PayPal account since they used PayPal to make the payment. They somehow were able to contact PayPal, tell them they were a legal firm, which they actually were, and freeze up her PayPal account. The only reason she got notified, they didn't call her, they didn't text her, they didn't email her, they didn't go through eBay's Vero program. They did not warn her, they did not give her a Vero and take it down. They purchased the item, had it shipped, and then they contacted eBay, froze her accounts. That's when she got notified. So for anyone who's ever come to my videos and say, oh, they have to give you a Vero, oh, they have to be legitimate through eBay, oh, they have to do this. No, you're wrong. They don't have to do anything. They literally just have to go to the court of law, file a lawsuit against you, and you will wake up with a lawsuit and it is too late. Hence this situation. She is now a defendant in a lawsuit named with hundreds of other people. Hundreds. They are asking her for tens of thousands of dollars to settle over a $14 t-shirt. Now, she is a small-time thrifter who sells a few $1,000s a month. I don't actually know her sales numbers, but it's give or take a few thousand a month. Sorry, person, if you're watching this video, I don't know your sale number. But she's not some multi-million-dollar seller. She's not somebody who's buying thousands of these in bulk from China or importing them. She literally had one of these from like a thrift store or garage sale. That's all it took. You cannot sell these products. Please take them down immediately. These companies are absolutely suing people and going after them, and I won't tell you my opinion of this. Now, here's where this video takes a curveball. It turns out, through her research, she linked me this story, which I'm going to link below and you can read it. It's kind of a long read. It'll take you 15 or 20 minutes to read this story, probably, at least 10. I'm going to paraphrase it. These companies, along with others, are suing people en masse because a lot of Chinese sellers knocked off their trademarks. These two products are highly faked and highly knocked off, which is wrong. And I agree with that. It is completely wrong that people, especially Chinese sellers or anywhere, knock off their products and sell fake goods. This lady was selling a licensed one, a real one. But regardless, we have the right through the first sale doctrine, as long as an item is not a knockoff, as long as it is not fake or illegally obtained, like stolen, we are allowed to sell that product. It's the first sale doctrine. However, and this is where they get you, you cannot use their trademark, their name, or their logo in your listing or your product or anywhere else, your advertisement, etc., without their permission. So I have the right to resell my Reebok t-shirt, right? Reebok's not a company named in this, and I think Reebok's an awesome company, at least so far. I could take this shirt off and say I'm going to sell it. And I have the right because I legally purchased this from the store and I want to sell it for $15. However, if Reebok contacts me and says you can't use this logo or our name, you have violated our trademark by putting the word Reebok and this logo in your listing on eBay or Amazon or wherever else, we are screwed. And you cannot fight this in federal court. Well, you certainly can, but you will lose. I promise you, you will lose. Because trademark law in this country is complete and utter garbage. There's a 50-50 chance you get a judge who sees through the bullshit and says, this is ridiculous, Reebok, or this is ridiculous, blank emoji, blank cell phone case accessory. This person has the right to first sale doctrine to resell this good, and you can't stop them. It's unreasonable that they would be able to sell it without using your name or logo, because that's common sense. If I want to sell this shirt, I need to call it what it is, right? That's not okay. But you could get a judge, which happens a lot of times, where they say, look, you were right. Your first sale doctrine gives you the right to resell this shirt. However, you have to do it without using their logo and you have to do it without using their name. That's just me protecting their trademark. And that's garbage. And that's the way it goes. But when we get to that point, that would imply that we had the money to go to federal court. These cases are filed in district and federal courts, and to fight these million and billion dollar companies, which most of the people don't have the money to do, and they know it. You do not have the ability to fight it. And even if you did have the ability to fight it, you're going to spend $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 to fight a company over a $14 shirt. It doesn't make sense. And again, they know that you're not going to do that. When they freeze your account, whether it's Amazon or eBay or Etsy, they're going after all three according to this website, they get the money that's frozen in that account. They are awarded that money. That becomes theirs. You could have $400 in there. You could have $4,000 in there. It's their money. Then they're getting a huge majority, over 80% of people, to settle their lawsuits for thousands of dollars to make them go away. Because it makes more sense for my friend in California to pay them $5,000 to go away than it does to spend $50,000 to fight them, or to even say, kick rocks, I'm not paying you anything, I'm leaving, you can have the $400 that was in my eBay account, I don't care. They will then get a default judgment against you, a default court judgment for whatever amount they sued for. I believe in this case it was like $25,000 or $30,000. They will get that judgment if you ignore it and do nothing. And then they will enforce that judgment by garnishing your bank accounts, your paychecks, your income taxes. They can push that to take anything you have. And if you don't have anything, it will go on your credit for collections and ruin your credit and ruin your life. You will be forced into bankruptcy. They can do all of this. So they know that the best option is that somebody agrees to a settlement and pays them so that they don't ruin their life and so that they don't spend 50 to 100 grand on a lawyer. And in the event that somebody has the money to play with and goes, hey, I don't care, I'm going to hire the lawyer and fight you, which the lady in this story did. It cost her $60,000 to fight. And even after spending 60 grand to fight, she still settled with them to make it go away. She can't sell their product. She's not going to get her legal fees or her 60 grand back. And it basically did nothing but ruin her life. To the tune of 60 grand, plus the money they took from her Amazon accounts and eBay accounts, plus whatever she agreed to settle with them. Even if she settled for 10 grand, this was possibly a six-figure hit to her life. And not many people have that kind of money. She actually had a little money, but that wiped her out. So what I'm telling you is don't sell these products. Don't get involved in this. In the event that it's too late, that you have been named as a defendant and you're watching this video, or you end up getting named in it because you find this video later and not in time, your best option is do not let them get a judgment and do not hire a lawyer to fight them. You can't win. Even if you do win, you won't win. It is to call them and tell them that you are just an individual seller that had one product. You're not buying this in bulk. You're not a Chinese counterfeiter. You're none of this stuff. And to just give them a couple bucks to go away, $1,000, $500, $1,500. The only other option that we have as sellers, and that I would never get involved with because I just don't want anything to do with this and I don't sell their products, is everybody gets together and files a countersuit, a class action countersuit. But that's easier said than done. And here's the problem. According to this website and according to this story, they are sealing the cases to where all the other defendants' names are private and you can't get it. And the reason is they don't want everybody to talk and get together and fight back against them. This is a real problem in this country because we have the right to legally sell legal items that are actually authentic without being fearful of trademark or trademark infringement cases being filed against us from big companies who are bullying people, because that's all it is. It is a bullying tactic. And I speak from firsthand experience. I know a lot of you have heard of, seen, or know about my lawsuit 12 years ago with Sprint, who's no longer in business, mind you, and my NDAs are over. I can talk about it. Sprint sued me for trademark infringement because they wanted to sue me for other things like fraud and other claims. They were thrown out by the judge because we didn't commit fraud and we didn't commit anything else. And the only thing that Sprint had left on me was trademark. And they used that to sue me for $5 million. Clearly, I didn't have $5 million 12 years ago. I don't have $5 million right now. I was unwilling and unable to allow them to get a judgment against me and ruin my life. So I fought. I hired a lawyer with what money I had, and I fought. And thankfully, I got a judge who was willing to see through the trademark bull and come to a common sense agreement that they had to get rid of all these cases and charges against me, but he allowed one to go through, which we ended up settling. Now, we settled it for an undisclosed amount of money, which I won't talk about. It doesn't matter. I spent $87,000 on a lawyer in 1 year. And the end result of that case was we both signed paperwork stating that no one had done anything wrong, and we walked away. Because I had done nothing wrong. The only thing that I had done wrong is piss off a company with competition that they didn't like, which forced them to use the loophole of trademark. According to this website, in the last 10 years, these two companies, Sprint and a few other companies, have sued over 600,000 people for trademark. Why? Because they figured out that this loophole is an easy way to bully small companies into a corner, knowing they can't fight back, they can't afford a lawyer, they can't afford to pay out judgments, and they can't usually afford a settlement, so they'll force them into paying whatever they can, and if you don't pay them whatever they can, they will own you. Also, when you tell them you don't have a lot of money to pay, they will request your bank accounts, your bank statements, and any proof of income to prove that you can't pay them. And if they catch you lying, they will continue ahead with the lawsuit. That's how they operate. These companies don't want fair competition, and this country's trademark laws have got to change, or there has got to be a set of judges or courts that impose penalties against these companies that unfairly bully small companies. It is not fair to use a loophole for trademark to bully a small person into not doing competition against you or selling your products. If somebody is counterfeiting you or selling fake goods, fine, bankrupt them. But somebody who's an eBay seller selling one of your items authentically should be left alone. In my opinion, this is the most disgusting use of our legal system in business that I can think of. I don't know what you guys think, but feel free to comment below. Those are the two products. That's your warning. If you have them listed, please take them down. eBay, Amazon, Etsy, Poshmark, wherever it is, they are coming. And I'm going to link this story to you down below in the description box. Please take a minute to read it so that you understand these lawsuits and what these companies are doing. It is worth the 10 to 15 minutes of your time. Please use the link in the description box to read this story. Thank you to my friend in California for bringing this to my attention. And thank you to everyone else who has been a part of this channel and who reads this and who takes these warnings very seriously. Because she woke up this morning as an eBay seller, and an hour later she was no longer an eBay seller or a PayPal user or a reseller, facing $25,000 to $30,000 in payments owed to a company that she's never heard of, or possibly having judgments against her and her credit put on collections. That's what can change in the matter of 24 hours. So take this warning very seriously, you guys. If you have these products, take them down, never sell them. And in my opinion, if it was me and I was her, I would boycott them, and I would boycott these companies up and down, to and fro. I can't name them. I'm not going to name them because I'm scared, to this point, even mentioning them in my video, that they would come for me. And that's a ridiculous fear to have, that I can't even tell you factually that this is what has happened. She factually was sued, and even me stating this, I'm scared of a $1 billion company. So it is what it is. You guys do what you want with the information. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up. Don't shoot the messenger. Subscribe to the channel so I keep you up to date so you don't miss important videos like this. Share this video. Please share it across all platforms, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Let every reseller know, and let's send the message to these companies that they're not going to bully us anymore. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you next time.